Hi guys, welcome back to this video. We are going to move and be aware of our waist and our oblique muscles, so around this middle section here. And it's more about the sort of sides that sort of integrate into the ribs and connect into the pelvis, and just sort of strengthening this, because it's almost it's a bit, I've said like a sandwich, it's like the bread to the sandwich. So if the sides are not very strong, then you're going to find the middle section of your body is not going to have that support. So the stronger those are, the more you can connect into your center a little bit more as well and have more strength there. So let's see how you move. So we're going to start off in our 4-point and just get that whole sort of system moving, and the spine and the waist and the shoulders stretched. So come into your 4-point. That's it. And don't rush, just sort of take your time finding where everything needs to be. And then just start to draw the navel to spine. Notice how that tucks the tailbone under, dropping the head, and just get that lovely lift in the spine there. And then relaxing the belly. Release the tailbone long to that wall behind, stretching that breastbone forwards. And again, this is a lovely one for stretching that waist. Being aware of that rib and pelvis connection, really. It's that alignment of the ribs and the pelvis, and sometimes moves at taking us out of alignment and then bringing us back in. Exhale. Inhale. And last one, exhale. Inhale. Let's go into a tail waggle. So if you gently draw the belly button up, you find that neutral. If I slide that pelvis up to look towards me, I'm going to bring that head round to look to it, and that shortens on that side and stretches on the other. So you can see how this is affecting the side of the body here, that waist. One side is lengthening as the other side shortening. So again, you can already start to feel what are the muscles like between the ribs and the pelvis today. Is there a side that feels easy to move, or does it feel a little bit tricky to sort of hitch up on one side? And then swinging around to the other side, and then back to center. Stretch back into your heels there, resting that head down. Just sort of wiggle down into those thighs a bit more. How much of your body feels connected down to the mat? Is there a really big gap, or do you feel pretty sort of low to that floor? Just seeing where you're at in that body. Slide the hands towards your knees, bringing yourself up. So we're going to go into that sort of mermaid stretch, which opens the sides of the body. So you're going to get that right leg, and you're going to bring it into that left thigh. So if this feels too much in this movement in the hip with the leg on the left here, just have the left leg long if you need to. So you almost want like the knees in alignment with the mat in front there. That's it. Arms out wide, tilt over, stretching over that arm. And think, instead of trying to get it down to the floor, think more reaching the arm long. And can you see how that starts to sort of open your waist up? And coming all the way back up. Hug round the body with that left arm. Stretch the right arm up and reach to the other side. Reach over to that left. And this hand on the ribs here, you can feel, if I sort of push the ribs out a little bit more into that hand, it really starts to stretch. It's sort of taking the ribs out of sync with the pelvis and getting a stretch there. And then bringing the ribs back into alignment with the pelvis. And then going all the way back over again. And again, reach long. Rather than trying to get down to the floor, reaching long. And then all the way back up. Ooh, a little click in my elbow then. Hug onto those ribs and stretch. And again, slide those ribs into that hand there. And back up. This is a really big move here. If you try and sort of take it slow and feel where you can sort of move into a bit more. So maybe hearing that sort of movement of the ribs, maybe that feels a bit stuck, and sort of you trying to sort of encourage that a little bit more. And again, coming over. And then all the way up. We're going to add a rotation on this next one. Oh, that feels good. So arms wide, tilting over, that's it. I'm going to sweep that left arm around. That's it. And then with this left arm, I'm going to slide that left arm long as I start to melt down towards the mat. And you can allow that left side of the pelvis to stretch up a little bit, and you get that nice reach there. Just hold. Might even relax the head down onto the mat. Maybe even get like the cushion to put the head down if that feels too low. And then sliding that hand back, sweep it all the way back up. Again, sweep around that arm and just hold it there for a moment. Even just that movement's a really nice opening of the rib cage. This whole rib cage being able to move means there's going to be more movement then in that waist. And then stretch. Reaching that arm. And then sliding that arm back and then sweeping it all the way out. Should we do that one more time? Taking that arm around, slide and lengthening. Feel that beautiful opening down that left side. And then coming all the way back up. Great, should we try the other side? So again, you will feel it move a bit differently the other side. So again, this is a really lovely opportunity for you to just notice your body and how it's moving, where it's tight, where it's easy to go into. And the areas that are the tight areas are the ones you need to work on a bit more. So it just highlights those areas and know that you need to sort of take that extra little bit more time into getting into that range a bit more on that side if it's tight. So arms out wide. Going to do that mermaid first. Going to tilt over and then stretching on. So I'm softening down into that forearm, but then I'm stretching long. I'm not trying to get down to the floor. I'm stretching long that arm to open up that right side of my body. Now I know this is my tighter side, so I'm going to breathe a bit more into it. I'm trying to sink into that stretch a bit more. And then coming all the way back up. And again, tilt over and stretch. And then all the way back up. Oh, we haven't done the other side, have we? Bringing the arm around. Take the hand onto the ribs, reaching over and feel the rib cage slide into this hand here. Breathe into it. And then coming back and over to the other side. And then back up, the arm around, sliding the ribs into that hand. And then back. And last one. And then back. And then bringing yourself all the way up. She'll do that rotation. So you're going to come over into that side, stretch. Sweep the arm around. Just hold that for a minute and then start to slide that arm along. And I can already tell it's tight. I'm not so comfortable in getting my body down on this side, so I really have to work a little bit harder. And then push to come up. Sweep the arm out, coming back up. Let's do that a few more times. Over, sweep around. Oh, that feels better already. And stretch. You're just giving the body what it needs. And then it starts to go, that's better. And then back. And then all the way up. Last one, tilt over. Go into that rotation and then sliding that arm, opening up that whole right side of that body there. And then sliding that arm back and coming all the way back. Oh, that feels good. Give those shoulders a bit of a move. Right, let's get your ball actually, or a cushion if you haven't got a ball. And I'm going to come into your sitting position at the end of your mat. And we've got that ball right behind the pelvis here. So we're going to do a bit of sort of hinging back. So we're not going to curl like we usually do. We're going to try and keep nice and long in that spine and hinge back, okay? So the ball's there for a bit of feedback. If you start to feel yourself sort of really loading into it too much, you've probably gone into that rounding into your back. So I'm going to start with the hands behind the head, thumbs down the back of the neck, elbows wide. Push the head back into the hands. So I'm just going to start to hinge back here, keeping the spine straight. Where can I go before I start to round? So it's probably about there. And then coming all the way back. So again, just hinging back, keeping the spine straight. And then coming all the way back. So you may feel this a little bit more in the hips, because they're working a little bit more here to hold you. And then back up and again, hinge. And back. Right, can we do a movement with our arms on this next one? So you hinge back, you hold. And I'm going to try and stretch the back a bit more by stretching the arms and then bringing them down. So holding that there and doing that a few more times. And up and down. And up and down. We do 4 more. Keep long in that spine check. Come and start to slump into that lower back. And 2 more. And 1 more. Hands back behind the head. Bring yourself all the way back up. So just a little lean forwards for a minute. Just rock from side to side. Right, we're going to do another move when you're ready. So this time we're going to have a go through the feeling of having that long spine and then that curled spine, okay? So up nice and tall, hands behind the head. You're going to hinge back, hold, stretch the arms. As you bring the arms down in front, curl and pull that lower back into that ball, rounding into your back. And then lengthening back up through the spine as you bring the arms nice and long again. So I'm long in that spine. And then curl and rounding into that back. So you're just going between that long straight spine and then that curved flexed lower back. And again up. Exhale. And again up. And so you're not over the sit bones yet, you haven't sort of come back up straight, you're still leaning back, you're just going from that straight spine leaning back and then that curled spine. Last one, arms up and then curling in front and then bringing the arms up, placing them behind the head and hinge all the way back up. Again, rest those arms forwards for a minute. Just move the feet, maybe even take the knees out for a minute if you need to. One more move, okay? You can do a little bit of twisting as we go back on this next one. So hands behind the head. You're going to hinge back. That's it. And then you're going to stretch the arms up and you're going to take that left arm and take it behind. And then back up to center. And then that right arm taking it behind as you rotate to the right. And then back. Long spine. And again, rotate. And back, and rotate, and back. And again. Last one. Holding there, hands behind the head, come all the way back up. Really good. And again, I'm going to open my knees up here a little bit. I'm going to bring the feet together. I'm just going to lean through. Just do a little rock from side to side. Really good. Right, let's get a bit more into those side muscles, those obliques. So you're going to come up onto your knees. And you're going to get your hands behind your head. Elbows wide. So I want to stay nice and stable in the bottom here so I can get the stretch in the sides here. And we want to work through that one plane of movement. So it means I don't want to rotate. I want to imagine you're between two sheets of glass. Your movement can only go in that direction, okay? So you're going to reach that right elbow down to the right as that left elbow stretches up. And you've got that opening down the left as you're shortening in the right and then back up. That's it. And then back up. And how's that feeling? Remember with the head, it's very easy to suddenly feel it pulling forward. Keep pushing it back. Keep feeling that length in the back of the neck. And again, tilting over. And then back up. And again, tilting over. Keep it in that side bend. So think about one elbow going to the floor as the other one's reaching up to the ceiling. Really good. And again. And each time I'm starting to feel it's getting a bit easier. I can stretch a bit more, like, oh, a bit more there, and back. And then again, over to the other side, and a bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. So we can go a little bit more of a stretch, and back. Really good. Right, let's add an extension of a leg on this next one. So if you feel you need to put a cushion or a couple of pillows there, or if you've got any sort of blocks that you can use to put your hand on, then do. If you feel it's going to be too far to lean over to. So you're going to tilt over to the right. I'm going to take that hand down to find the floor, and as I do, I extend that left leg. Still in that side bend, elbow still looking up to the ceiling. Get that stretch. Pull in here, get a slight little sense of tucking the tailbone under like a little hook, and you'll just feel these hips open up a bit more. Slide the leg back and then draw yourself up. Let's do the other side. So again, tilting over and find the floor and extend that leg long. Push through that supporting arm. And then coming all the way back up. Over to the other side, and again extend the leg. And bring in that arm, leg back, arm, leg. That's what happens, you see. It all turns into one, and then tilting over. Push. If you really try and sort of push down into that leg, you'll feel the stretch a bit more in that waist. And then coming all the way up. Right, can we add a lift of the leg on this next one? Okay, so you're going to tilt over, find the mat with your hand, extend the leg, now hold here and lift. 1 point through the toes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sliding the leg back under, coming all the way up. You can do the same on the other side. Tilt over, find the floor, Reach long through that body and start that lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing up through that supporting arm. 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Sliding under, come all the way back. Can we do one more move? We're going to extend the leg, lift it up, and we're going to hold it and then just point and flex. So coming over, find that balance. Still feel long through the crown of the head. Check you haven't started to sort of hinge in the neck. Lift the leg and then point and flex. Ooh. That's it. A few more. Great. Slide that leg under. Come all the way up. Go over to that other side. Hold. Lift the leg. Point and flex. Push up through that supporting arm. Really good. Give it a little circle even. And then sliding that leg under. Bringing yourself up. Brilliant. Take a nice stretch back into your heels. Bringing that head down. And in fact, if you get your ball, just bring it underneath your head a moment here, because you may have felt it a bit in the neck there. If you've got long hair, just move it out of the way and just roll that ball from left to right. Just releasing in the head and the neck. And then even sort of tuck the chin under and feel that neck sort of stretch. And then send the ball away where you feel the chin sort of flaring and you shorten in the back of the neck. And again, tucking the chin down and then sending it away. Bring it back to that neutral and again slide left and right. And then back to centre. Great, bringing that head all the way back up. Right, we're going to do a little plank move here. So moving that ball out of the way. So you can do this with keeping one leg down still. So if it's too loaded onto your wrists to do with both legs, you can keep one leg down. And what we're going to do is bring the leg in and out, so you could just do this with the leg and get that nice movement, okay? If you're going to do it with the plank, you've got the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, that's it. Elevate the knees and then push back through those heels. Just wiggle those legs further away. That's it. Now hold there. Now you're going to bring that right knee up to that right hand and then sending it away. And left knee up and then sending it away. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, holding there, push back through those heels, and then bring the knees down, stretch back. Oh, feels really good. Get a sense of pushing that mat away with your hands. Breathing in and out, and then drop that head down. Untuck the toes, slide the hands towards the knees. Right, come onto your mat again, get your ball, you're going to place it between your shoulder blades. We're just going to do a little side to side stretch to get into those obliques. Ball between the shoulder blades, bring the hands behind the head, melt over your ball. Right, relax into that sacrum a little bit, so you're not on the tip of that tailbone. Make sure you're balanced so you're not sort of tilted already to one side. Elbows into your vision, melting the ribs down into the waist, activating those abdominals to bring you up. Holding there, relax the back of the head into the hands. Now, because you're using these to hold you up, if I take the arms away, you should still be fine, because these are what are holding you up. We're going to do that slide, and you're going to slide that left hand to that left ankle and then back. And then that right arm to that right ankle and back. So almost like a windscreen wiper going from side to side. And you've got that ball to really feel the movement. And you can slide a little bit more if you sort of push that half of the body a little bit more into the ball. It's going to open you up and send you around a bit more. So this is getting into those oblique muscles. So you've really got to keep the pelvis still here in order for you to stretch the waist from it. Remember to keep breathing. And again. And again, keep going from side to side. One more each side. Brilliant. Back to center. Bringing the hands behind the head and lower all the way back down. Back up into that chest. If you're going to bring that right leg up into that knee flow. Extend the leg, go into that rotation and then back, bringing the leg back into that knee flow and keep going. Extend and rotate and back and 3 and 4. Use that ball, keep the pelvis still. 5, 6, 7 and 8. Place the foot down, lower down over that ball. You've got the other side to do. Elbow into vision, coming up. Bring the leg up into that knee flow. Extend the leg as you go into that rotation. And just be aware I'm not bringing the elbows in. I'm moving from that right shoulder coming forwards more, okay? And then bringing the knee back to center. And again, rotate. And 2. And 3. And 4. Keep that head relaxed into the hands. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Brilliant. Place that foot down and lower down. That's a really good one. I can really feel that strengthening those side muscles there. Just hold here for a minute. Let's lengthen the legs. Let's do a little roll up to bring us up. Arms long. Bring them over the chest. Rolling up all the way to those toes. And then up nice and tall. Great. Let's do one more move to finish. We're going to come onto our knees again. You're going to get hold of your ball. That's it. Extend that left leg. Reach the arms over to the right. So you've got this diagonal line through the body. And then you're just going to bring that ball over to that floor there. And you're going to feel that stretch here. And then again, dive, stretching that arm and then bringing it back. And 2. And 3. Just getting that twisting. And 4. Brilliant. And 5. 6. 7, reach, twist, and 8, twist, and then back to center. Do the other side, bring that knee under, extend that right leg. Again, get that reach before you've even started, feel that nice stretch, and then bringing that ball across to that floor, and then stretching again. And 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, reach, and 8, and then bring yourself back to that center position. Great, release that ball to the side there, and just take a nice stretch back into your heels, bringing that head down. Breathe in and out. Again, breathe in and out. So we're going to come back up into our plank and we're just going to do a little twisting of the hips left and right here. So again, hands under the shoulders, extend the right leg, extend the left leg, push back through the heels there and just dip that left hip and then back to center. Dip that right hip and then back to center and left and back and right and back and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 and 10. Brilliant. Bend the knees to bring them back and stretch back into those heels. Let's bring your body up into your 4-point. Holding there. Tuck your toes under, elevate the knees, hold that hover for a moment. I was going to say heather. And then bring the head up, bring the bottom up to the ceiling, head in between the arms, holding there. Pull your heels down. A little wiggle here, wiggle the pelvis a little bit. Wiggle the arms and the ribs. Right, holding there. Now walk back the hands towards the feet. Find your balance, soften the knees, weight even over the feet, scoop in the abdominals and rolling all the way up. Let's do another little roll down. Tuck the chin down, roll all the way down. How's the body feeling? And then roll all the way back up. Stretch up those arms. And open wide. And again, arms up. Take in what you need. Feel that opening down the sides now that we've opened up. And exhale. Just tilt the head over to that right shoulder. Back to centre and then over to that left. And then back to centre, shoulders up, rolling them and bringing them back down. Inhale, exhale. Well done, hope you enjoyed that video. See you again soon.